Am I the asshole for not giving up my room because my half-sister wanted it as a Christmas gift? I, 16, live with my mom and her husband. My mom and dad divorced when I was 2 and she and her husband had another kid, my half-sister 14. I visit my dad here and there but not often due to him traveling a lot for work. Recently I've grown into liking anime and other things, so I asked my mom if I could rearrange my room. It was super plain and depressing at first, so it felt good to add color and lots of decorations, posters, LED lights, pictures. It took nearly 3 weeks but it came out super nice and it overall makes me a lot happier to be in. Last week, my half-sister went into my room while I was visiting my dad to celebrate Christmas early and she told her dad she wanted my room because it looked nice to her. When I came home my mom told me about her wanting my room and I said no. She said it would mean a lot to my half-sister and I could take her room and redecorate that one. I said no again and that if she really wanted a room like mine she could decorate her own herself with their help. My mom said she was just a kid and wouldn't be able to do all the decorations like I did and it would be simple if I just redecorated the other room. I was angry my mom would even suggest I give up my room I worked hard for and even spent my own money on everything but the paint. Her husband offered to give me money to decorate the other room without spending my money but I still declined. My mom called me a brat and said I was almost 17 and should grow up, that I wouldn't be in the room any more than another 2 years so it wasn't a big deal to give it up. Her husband called me selfish and said I was crushing his daughter's feelings and that was the only thing she wanted for Christmas. His words were, "Op, how could you crush your little sister's dreams and be so selfish? I get it's just a room but I still don't think it's right that I have to give up something I worked hard for because she went into my room without my permission, something they didn't even care to acknowledge. My mom has been trying to convince me to give her the room and I said if she takes my room then I'll remove all the decorations. She has been mad at me for nearly 3 days now. I feel like an awful person for letting it get to this extent. Am I the asshole?" Editing to add. My sister isn't willing to decorate her room with me. I've offered and she said no. She just wants my room for IDK what reason? And I refuse to decorate her entire room by myself. Edit. Thank you to everyone who messaged me and commented, you guys are all too kind. I've tried all day to get my sister to agree to decorating her own room but she doesn't want to. She's been making a lot of comments hinting that she would just take my room when I go visit my dad again. So I talked to my dad about the whole situation and he sided with me and said I wasn't obligated to give up my room. I told my mom even my dad agreed and she still doesn't care. A lot of you are right, this isn't the first thing my sister wanted and got to have in those cases. I have a really good relationship with my dad and where I live, I'm old enough to stay at home alone while my dad is gone. A really nice person messaged me and suggested I go live with my dad and when he comes home next week I'll talk to him about it then. Not the asshole. 1. Don't sell yourself short. It's not just a room. It's your space, your hard work, and your passion. 2. Your mom has it backwards. You only have another 2 years in the room so it's actually a big deal to give it up. 3. Your mom's husband has it backwards. Your little sister is the one being selfish. 4. Disregarding the original owner's hard work and wishes and taking something away from that person shouldn't be labeled a dream in any situation. They're distorting everything. You're not an asshole in the least. I'm sorry this is happening to you. I can't imagine what makes your little sister think she's entitled to your room. Not the asshole. What the hell? It's your room. I don't even get why switching the rooms was an option in the first place. I mean politely asking you to help your half-sister decorate her room too? Sure. That's a reasonable thing to ask. But just guilt-tripping you into giving up your own room. As a Christmas gift? Da fuck. Not the asshole. This is an absolutely ridiculous request. And a 14-year-old is perfectly capable of hanging her own posters. NTA. Tell them it would mean a lot to you if you could have the master bedroom and see if they change their tune at all. Not the asshole. And I'd like to point out this is how adults end up being entitled assholes, because mummy and daddy swoop in to fix all their problems for them and giving in to every demand they make, no matter how unreasonable. If your mum and stepdad don't want your sister turning into an entitled brat, they need to nip this behavior in the bud real quick. Edit. Thank you for the award. I've never had one before. NTA. I can't believe they were even considering just giving your room to her simply because she asked. Bad parenting and a kid that sounds like a total brat. 1. You make a cool thing that makes you happy 2. Someone else wants it 3. You say number 4. Suddenly their disappointment is your responsibility as well as their satisfaction and happiness 5. If you don't deliver, you're crushing their dreams. Imagine if that's the way the works worked. I really like your house. I want it. No, you're crushing my dreams. Not the asshole sounds like some serious favoritism. NTA. My mom said she was just a kid and wouldn't be able to do all the decorations like I did. She's not a young child that would struggle to decorate her room like yours. She's only 2 years younger. She could easily decorate the room like yours, possibly with her parents' help. I don't get what they're on about here. It's your hard work and it is your space. This feels like a case of favoritism, though I don't want to label it that way. There's no reason for you, who lives in that room most of the time, to have to swap or move. It would be a different scenario if you were in college or university, not online, which I initially thought this would be about. Not the asshole for not giving up your room, but it would have been nice for you to help decorate hers if they fund it. Not required, but it would be a kind gesture. Edit. This comment was made prior to the edit on the post. It sucks that ops offers to help weren't considered. Sounds like the fam is being wildly unreasonable. Info. Does your sister have some kind of developmental disability? Because 14 seems a little old to be treated as unable to decorate her own room, with or without help. Or as incapable of hearing no to such an unreasonable request. I'm sorry, Op, your mom and stepdad are being absurd. If it's just a room that you should have no trouble giving up, then it's just a room your sister should be able to deal with not getting. Not the asshole, it's your room. She is not entitled to it. Your mum and stepdad and your sister are the asshole in this story. Your mum is going to give your sister anything and everything she likes. Seriously. Next time, call out the blatant favoritism at play here. If they end up making you switch, take every piece of decoration with you. If they don't make you switch, take every piece of decoration with you when you leave for college, move out depending on what you do. Even if you can't put it up in your dorm house, just keep it in a box to spite them lol. NTA at all. Tell your mom you want the master bedroom. Say it's your dream, and that she's being selfish by not letting you have it. WTF? Not the asshole. They're calling you a brat when she is demanding the room? Not the asshole. If a 14-year-old is not able to decorate her own room, she probably shouldn't even have her own room. Not the asshole. Your sister is not entitled to your room, it's your room, regardless of if you are staying in it for the next 2 years or next 20 years. Maybe offer to help decorate your sister's room. If that's something you would be willing to do. Not the asshole. I find it really telling that you refer to them as your half-sister and your mother's husband. They have been in your life since at least the age of 2 when your sister was born. It sounds to me like there are some serious family dynamic issues at play here, and would it be fair to say you don't feel like a member of the family? I'm really sorry this is happening to you. I strongly urge you to get some therapy at some point to help you untangle this. Nothing about what you described sounds like a healthy family home. Not the asshole. It's your room. You could help your sister with her room. Or, you might be able to switch rooms and improve on the original idea. Maybe the parents will help with some pricier items that would really make the room stand out. Of course, then your sister will want to switch back and you would be crushing your sister's dreams again. What are her dreams exactly? To take away the cool stuff you worked hard on? Not the asshole. Your family is a bunch of entitled people. Not the asshole, this is a slippery slope. You give little sister your room, then what's she going to ask for? Oh, you have a nice laptop you bought for college. Give it to her because she needs one. Bought yourself a car? Your little sister needs it to go out with friends. No, just no. Get your father involved if you think he can help. Your mother and stepfather clearly don't value your wishes, maybe they will if another adult gets involved. Not the asshole, your mom is the one that needs to grow up and should at least try and hide her disgusting favoritism. Crushing her dreams. LMFAO, that's such a damn silly thing, unfitting to say in this context, it makes no sense. Or this is fake. NTA. If they know you're only going to be there another 2 years, why don't they tell their spoilt brat to wait? Why didn't they just ask you to help her redecorate her room? That would make more sense. NTA, she's not entitled to your room. Not the asshole, this is so sad. Start saving so you can escape this situation. It sounds like they are planning to kick you out. Not the asshole. If they keep pushing, you should tell them you're gonna take down the decorations and go move with your father permanently and see if they'll shut up after that. Not the asshole, but if they force you to change, take everything portable with you. See how she likes the room without any of the stuff you installed. Not the asshole. It's crazy that you, the 16-year-old, is the only one with any common sense or logic. Definitely not the asshole. You live there, she doesn't. Personally, if it was me in this situation, I would help her decorate her room, providing your parents are paying for the materials you need, but I wouldn't give up my actual room. Not the asshole. You should tell your mom and stepdad to give their car to you for Christmas because it will mean so much to you. And that you're just a 16-year-old, so you haven't been able to work as long to save for a car, and they'll only be alive to use it for another 20 years or so. Not the asshole. They are teaching her to become helpless. And this stood out to me. Her husband offered to give me money to decorate the other room without spending my money, but I still declined. The original idea was for you to pay for both of the rooms. Not the asshole, but if they force you to change rooms, set a date that it will be done, and between then and now make the room all boring again, take all your decorations with you. Not the asshole. It's your room. Simple as that. If she wants a room like yours, then you can help her decorate, but it's your room. You shouldn't have to give up your space just for her. She wants your room because she's jealous, and it's a power move. Also, is there a significant difference? And why are parents talking about her like she's 8 instead of a mere 2 years younger than you? You've offered to help decorate, and if your parents really wanted her to be happier in her room, then they would help her decorate themselves. You're being manipulated in favor of your younger sister. Not the asshole. Ed to add, I was asking if there was a significant size difference. I left out a word. Not the asshole. You should ask for your parents' room as your only Christmas gift, seeing as how it's not such a big deal and a totally appropriate gift to ask. There are 2 adults and 2 teens caught up in this stalemate about a room and its decor. You are entitled to enjoy your own room and the work you put in to make it pleasing to you. Your little sister has no claim to your room. Surely someone in this household could just go online and buy the things to make a similar room for your sister, and the 4 people in this family could pull together to make it a fun project. The hang-up I see is sister's insistence on having only your exact room for herself. Doesn't work in real life, anywhere. Your parents should be helping her make her own room as interesting and pleasing as she wants. I can't believe that I even have to say this, but not the asshole. Your parents make absolutely no sense at all. 14 is just as young as 16. You're both just kids and I am high school, so her argument doesn't even hold any weight. You don't have to give up your room to someone acting like a 5-year-old. Why would anyone, teenager or not, just willingly give their room to their step-sibling after they spent weeks trying to personalize it? You're not crushing her dreams. That is a huge stretch. She didn't care for that room at all before you decorated it. Your parents are acting like children. What sense does it make to hurt one child just to make the other one feel better? Jidifu. Everyone sucks here except you. Not the asshole. The amount of entitlement spewing from these people is ridiculous. Try your best not to move rooms at all, don't let them guilt trip you. Also, this is me just being petty, but if they make you move rooms, take all your cool shit and move it with you to the other room. Not the asshole. Should they force you to give up your room, strip it bare. Yikes. You're not the asshole. Your sister is a spoiled brat. I feel like you should be an asshole towards your sister and dad. They sound like horrible people to live with. Not the asshole. What the fuck is wrong with the adults in this story? Good lord. Not the asshole. It doesn't sound like this is an isolated occurrence either. Your mom has been with your sister's father since you were 2 and you refer to him as her husband, not my stepfather. She's only 2 years younger than you. Why are they treating her like a baby? Beyond the chaos of being a teenage girl, you couldn't pay me to do it over again. It sounds like your household is generally toxic. It happens, the best of us come from toxicity. So I can see why you're not upset at being told they basically expect you to leave the second you turn 18. Do not feel forced into giving up your space. Not the asshole. And because I'm the pettiest person alive, the week before I moved out I'd invest in a few gallons of paint and return the room to its original form. If your room is the only room that will do, then Her Highness can have it sans decorations. Not the asshole. And if they make you give up the room, take everything that is not attached to the room. All decorations and everything come out, then she will have to decorate it herself. I read these posts sometimes and think, who are these people? You have every right to have your own space. If you offered to help decorate her room with her, in my opinion you went above and beyond what you needed to. The fact she said no shows she's making a power play to see who gets their way. Do not fold. FYI, I am a dad of 2 girls, and if the younger one wanted the other's room I would tell her no. Unless, of course, the other didn't care. Not the asshole. Seems like they're being lazy instead of helping your half-sister decorate her own room to her own tastes. Not the asshole and your sister as being the cephalish brat, not you. I'm not even going to mention how your parents divorced right around when your sister was born, but it does seem suspicious that they are babying your sister without even considering your feelings. Tell your dad about this. I have a feeling that your mom and stepdad will be less inclined to push this issue if he makes a stink about it. Not the asshole. The old, deflect the blame, routine. A classic shitty parenting maneuver done when the parents are too chicken shit to tell their usually annoying child they can't have something because they're greedy, non-responsible party other child won't give it to them.